All right, second graders, to review, we just got done folding our paper long and skinny, like a hot dog. We call this a vertical fold. We opened that up and we folded each long side in towards our crease. So right now, if I open that up, I can still see that middle crease line. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to open the whole paper up. I should see my 3 crease lines. And I'm going to fold it in half again, long and skinny, just like my first half. So at this point, you should see a crease down the middle. You should have some open edges, and then you should have that first fold. I'm going to take that first fold and I'm going to turn it down by my belly. Now I'm going to use my ruler. So with my ruler, I'm going to start on one end and I'm going to use my ruler as a tracer. My ruler goes from that fold line to my crease line. So I'm lining it up on this edge and I'm going to make a line on the opposite edge. I'm going to slide this ruler over and I'm going to line it up with my pencil line. And I'm going to make another line from the bottom fold to that crease. I'm going to keep repeating all the way down the wreath. So my ruler touches that first pencil line and I make a line on the other side. Touches that pencil line and I make a line. Over and over. If you think you have the idea, go ahead and start tracing. As you continue or as you work, I am going to finish this off and I will be coming around to check your work. Make sure that fold is down by your belly. All right, and we will pause until everyone is ready for the next step. So if you finish, take a little time and look at your work and look at your neighbor's work. Does it look the same? When we're ready to cut, we are going to cut from that bottom crease that was by our tummy. We're going to cut on the pencil line all the way up and make just a little snip over that fold. I am trying to make my cuts really nice and straight. If you are a chop cutter, I'm going to show you how that becomes a problem as we go on. So staying right on that line, nice and smooth, I'm just going a little bit over the crease. On these next couple, I'm actually going to stop before I get to the crease, just so I can show you what happens when we go to fold our wreath together. I'm going to do 2 in a row that I forget to go to the crease. Now I'm going to continue with my best work, right over that little crease. Go ahead and start to cut. All right, this next part might be the trickiest. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open my paper up again, and I should have a bunch of cuts in the middle, and the 2 edges should not have any cuts. I'm going to fold those edges that don't have cuts in towards the middle, and now they're actually going to overlap. So they're going to go right on top of each other. I end up with this like triangular pyramid. So I have to glue those 2 flaps together. This part, I'm going to add glue on one side. Trying not to add gobs of it, but I'm trying to get it all over. And then the side that doesn't have glue is going to go right on top of it. What I like to do at this point is I like to reach my arm in as far as I can to give that a good push. You might have a skinny enough arm to get it all the way through. I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing on the other end, getting my hand as far as I can reach it. At this point, you're going to bring it up to Mrs. Cleary's table. If there is a line, just follow the line around my table, and I am going to staple your wreath together. So I am going to overlap my two ends. Now, as you can see, this is curving really nice until I get right here. Those are the two spots I did not cut to the crease, so they're not folding into a nice circle. The rest looks really nice. So if you give your wreath a little bend before you come up to my table, and you realize that you didn't cut on a couple spots like you were supposed to, you can do a little fix and try to snip those a little bit further. When you're happy with the way it's bending, bring it up and I will staple it. Mrs. Cleary will also add a string so that we're able to tie your wreath or hang it up in the hallway. All right, the last part of this project is the fun part. This is the part where you are going to make your wreath look different than your neighbors. So you can use any of the scraps at your table. You can decorate with light bulbs, berries, bows, acorns. So those are the pictures that we looked at on the smartboard. I would suggest drawing in pencil first, whatever you're going to cut out. Now, I'm going to make a light bulb with a square and an oval. I'm kind of, oh, you know what? I'm going to be really lazy. I'm going to cut 3 at the same time. So I'm just following the outline of that little drawing I made. And there's some light bulbs. So you can glue those on your wreath. You can make the bow like we showed. I'm just going to make a circle, make a letter B, and make a backwards B, 2 rectangles. I'm doing this all in pencil. And then I'm going to cut around the outline. So these are all things that you can add on to your wreath to make it look different from your neighbors. If you want to use the black Sharpie to add a couple of details, you can definitely do that. Maybe your bow has some lines to show the wrinkles. Maybe you want to color the bottom of your light bulb black. Maybe your light bulb is on and has a little reflection shape. So once you have your details ready, I'm actually going to glue on the side that has the pencil lines so that they don't show. And I like to put the bow at the bottom of the wreath. And then you can glue the rest of the details around. When you are finished, you need to hang your wreath on the back marker board next to your name.